have been a language instructor since I started, whether it's first language or second language. I have, of course, started at the School for the Deaf, where I was teaching kids how to take what they use in the air, their signing, and put it into print.
I consider myself very fortunate to have Cathlyn, I don't know, when was it, 1986, I think? And then again in 1988. I believe it was my sophomore and senior years, if I'm correct. She would teach writing class, and we would always have two English classes. One was for reading, and the other was writing class. Cathlyn taught the writing class. And I remember looking, going, she's a new teacher. You know, most teachers were, you know, English teachers, you know, kind of boring and a little bit old. She was pretty, she was very hands-on, she was really motivated and motivated us, and she also signed well. You know, often second language users aren't necessarily all that fluent, but her aunt, and I knew her aunt, and her aunt is a legend. Virginia was her aunt. Oh, you're her niece? Oh wow, you have a deaf relative? That's awesome. So I just remember there was a lot of diagramming at that time of English. I hated it, but now I thank her so much because it was so much fun. Honestly, now I love English because of her. She really gave me the right foundation. And I remember so many things about her. You know, back then there wasn't really a curriculum. So she did her best and was creative using books and activities, using writing prompts. I definitely remember that.
As I moved along in my career, I continued to realize the importance of language when it comes to reading. So I spent a lot of time talking to children before, during, and after, helping them pick words. And then when I was an intervention teacher, more and more students were being part of my group who had a first language at home that was not English. And they no longer qualified for ELL support, yet there was so much language that they still didn't know, didn't understand. And that's when I pursued the coursework in ELL, and I find it is the perfect fit for all of my skills.
I came here like in the middle of third grade, and she teach me how to speak English, and she never gave up on me when I didn't know how to speak.
She changed my life because before I didn't know a lot of English, and I didn't know the alphabet, and she was teaching me new sounds in English.
I get to learn so much more about all these different cultures because this school is very diverse, one of the greatest aspects of Tuscarora, and I absolutely adore that part of my job.
What I love about the way that she works with kids is that she grounds it in reality. When I hear her in the hallways talking with students and when I see her walking through, she will stop and help them to do even just the little things. She'll help students to learn how to interact with each other, how to interact with adults, what the right way is to get what they need and how to advocate for themselves. That's a huge skill that sometimes in the academic world it gets lost a little bit, but Ms. Babb never lets it get lost. She brings that real life application to the classroom and to the hallways and to the cafeteria and make sure that the kids have what they need academic, but they also have the social component as well. And so that's what makes her kids and the kids she works with really successful.
I feel like it's gone full circle with her. You know, I always loved ASL and English and going between the two languages. She loved it too, and she had such a passion for both of them. And I think that really helped me come to where I am today as a teacher. And she was just so caring. You know, sometimes I was kind of like, whoa, you know? She really made a connection with every single student. She was a shepherd.
There are days that I can't turn off my head. Okay, what about this? Oh, I need to redo this. My husband has been incredibly patient, and my children have been sucked into many an activity or an event that I said, we got to go see this student, or I need to go pick up some materials for this, or share this with me. They don't mind. They go along and they do ask about my students. How are they doing? How's it going, Mom? And I'm very blessed to say my daughter became a teacher. I'm honored. I'm extremely honored.